The ancient city is calling. Oh, arise, sons and daughters of the land. The king of the city is marching. Stand up high to the pride of the land. The founding fathers of labor, and our time to serve is now. The glory of the new Edo nation will forever be our pride. Beautiful Edo, glorious Edo, you're the heartbeat of Nigeria. Beautiful Edo, glorious Edo, stars are singing over you. You're the land people dream.
My dear good people of Edo State, I am delighted to celebrate the 63rd independence anniversary of our dear country, Nigeria, with you. As we reflect on the progress which we have made as a nation, it is important to pause and ponder on our collective journey as Edo people and as a nation. It is important for us to celebrate our achievements, acknowledge our challenges, and reaffirm our commitment towards ensuring a more united, progressive, and prosperous Nigeria. Ours is a story of courage, resilience, sacrifice, and the indomitable spirit of our people. Our founding fathers, who were driven by vision of a united and prosperous country, fought tirelessly to lay the foundations for our dear nation, liberating us from the shackles of colonialism and instituting our long march to nationhood and greatness. Although we have recorded many successes in the past 63 years, it is doubtful if we're where our founding fathers had anticipated. The last 2 decades in particular have seen us grapple with multiple challenges occasioned by economic, security, political, and ethnic tensions. However, our enduring faith and belief in the unity and progress of our country has endured, thus keeping us together as one nation. I must commend the dogged and indefatigable spirit of our people, who in the face of many daunting difficulties continue to slug it out daily to earn a living, especially in the midst of the current economic realities. As a government, we are aware of the dire and difficult economic and social challenges that you currently experience, which has inflicted hardship and suffering on you, especially the poor and vulnerable. We are taking critical steps within the limits of the resources available to us as a state by initiating and implementing policies and programs to respond to the recent fuel subsidy removal policy by the federal government. We have introduced free transport service for passengers on all routes operated by the state-owned Edo City Transport Limited, ECTS. This is among many other support programs that the state government has put in place to reduce the challenge, suffering, and exorbitant cost of living faced by Edo people as a result of the subsidy removal and its economic headwinds. We are glad with the impact of this initiative, which covers 13 intra-city routes and several intercity routes daily. Over 307,000 residents have benefited from this scheme in the first 2 weeks of the palliative program, while over 1.5 million residents are projected to benefit in the initial 2 months of this free transport initiative. We have also placed orders for additional CNG-run buses to increase the fleet and reduce the cost of this service. Your government has launched a 24-hour free Wi-Fi service in various ministries, departments, and agencies, MDAs, and other public spaces in the state to provide unlimited internet access to workers and other residents to enable them work effectively and efficiently from selected public spaces. We have begun reviewing the minimum wage of our workers, which is currently 40,000 naira, the highest in Nigeria, with a view to increasing it as soon as the federal government revises the revenue allocation formula. We will continue to ensure prompt and diligent payment of salaries and pensions, enhance the work environment, and sustain the use of technology to improve efficiency and ease the work process so that we can ensure better service delivery to Edo people. In the light of the changing structure of the Nigerian economy, we are doing our best to deliberately create the enabling environment for new businesses to thrive and to attract new investments into Edo State. We are transitioning Edo from a civil service dominated state to one that is attracting manufacturing, commercial agricultural concerns, service and technology companies, real estate investors, and several small medium enterprises, among others. We have made significant progress in the Benin River Port project with the emergence of a preferred bidder, Mortal Engine, who will soon commence work. Your government has taken bold steps to transform Edo into an industrial hub with the successful establishment of 2 modular refineries that are currently refining crude oil. The refineries are the 6,000 barrel per day facility operated by the Edo Refinery and Petrochemical, Ulubu, and the 2,500 DuPont Refinery run by DuPont Refinery Company Limited in Egboko, Orimo local government area. Benefiting from our government's business-friendly reforms, 2 ethanol plants have been established in Edo and at various stages of completion and are set to be commissioned before the end of our administration. The plants are the Green Hill ethanol plants, sited in Ulubu, Ikobauha, and the Dufil ethanol plants in the Ovia area of the state. We are also encouraging investments in the electricity sector to grow our economy. Apart from our investments in the Azura 450 megawatts plant and the support for the 95 megawatts Osiomo power projects, we have also passed a law setting up the Edo State Electricity Commission. The purpose of this law is to establish an independent electricity market in Edo State. It is expected that this will attract investors to generate and distribute electricity within Edo State, particularly to the underserved communities. In education, we are implementing the most ambitious reform in public education, which has been acknowledged by the World Bank and the World Economic Forum as novel in tackling learning poverty. Our healthcare reforms have ensured the running of vibrant health insurance scheme and the reform of our primary healthcare system to ensure affordable and efficient services that cuts out-of-pocket spending. Today, Edo is the most connected state digitally in Nigeria, and it operates the most digitized civil and public service in the country, with fiber optic internet cables running across all the 18 local government areas in the state. Edo State runs an e-governance system and is the first state in Nigeria to have entirely shifted its operations to a digital mode. As a government, we will continue to pursue bold and transformative reforms and programs to place our state on the path of sustainable economic development, while strengthening the foundations of our society by transforming our institutions, curbing corruption, reducing the leakages in public resources, and building the capacity of our people. However, in spite of all our efforts to improve the well-being of the Edo people, they still face intense hardship due to the floundering national economy, the staggering inflation which continues to soar, and the massive devaluation of the naira is pushing more people into poverty. You will recall that about 2 years ago, I had warned against the mismanagement of the nation's economy, and its concomitant effect on the value of our currency. Refusal to heed the call has led us to this dire situation. Severally, I have raised alarm about the very poor state of federal roads in Edo State. The presence of extensive federal road network in Edo, which should have been a blessing, is now wreaking havoc on our economy because these roads are in a state of massive disrepair. This has led to severe pressure on our state roads, which are now falling apart as most of them were not designed to handle the amount of tonnage they are now forced to carry. To pull our country, Nigeria, from the brink of economic collapse, we must now begin to take sincere and honest steps to stimulate economic growth so that our people can lead more fulfilling and happier lives. One way out of our current crisis is for the federal government to urgently consider devolving more authority and move more resources to states and local governments. For example, if the authority to manage federal roads and resources were devolved, the constituent units will be empowered to intervene in these federal roads that have failed across Edo State. As we celebrate our 63rd independence anniversary, I call on all Edo people and Nigerians to stand united regardless of our political, tribal, ideological, and religious differences, and work together towards building a more prosperous and progressive Edo State and Nigeria. We must also continue to pray and call for good and responsible governance from our leaders. Together, we can overcome our present socio-economic challenges and place our country on the path of sustainable economic growth and social development, ensuring that the labors of our heroes past is truly not in vain. Happy Independence Day to all Nigerians. God bless Edo State. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The ancient city is calling. Oh, arise, sons and daughters of the land. The king of the city is marching. Stand up high to the pride of the land. The founding fathers have labored, and our time to serve is now. The glory of the new Edo nation will forever be our pride. Beautiful Edo, glorious Edo, you're the heartbeat of Nigeria.